Hi, my merry Vikings! Welcome to another episode of Merry Games with You. Today you will learn 30 things you need to know about Seekers and Infested Mines. Number 1. Seekers and Seeker soldiers all look different, so the first thing you need to know is what they look like, as it helps you decide which to avoid and which to kill immediately. The 0-star Seeker is small and plain looking. It is the easiest. They should be killed immediately if there aren't too many of them. The 1-star Seeker is a lovely bright blue color, and the 2-star is black with red patterns and huge. Their colors are different, but they all have wings and can fly. Of the three, the red one is the hardest of the ordinary Seekers. These two are harder but can be killed quite easily too, though it will take longer. The Seeker soldier, on the other hand, is very different. Firstly, it doesn't fly, and it really packs a punch. Don't tangle with it unless you are sure you can handle the fight. It is much larger, and the 3 levels have different colors too. Each level is somewhat the same size, but the 2-star seems to move faster and is perhaps a tiny bit more massive than the others. And it is the hardest to handle. The 0-star or level 1 is black with red highlights. The 1-star has light blue highlights with a pink belly, and the 2-star has a bright purple pattern on black. I really like the look and colors the Seekers bring to the game. Number 2. We can use their meat to make food. We can make cooked Seeker meat, meat platter, and Seeker aspic. Cooked Seeker meat is cooked on the iron cooking station. It is quite good and can serve as food on its own when you visit the lower level biomes or work on your base. It gives 60 health and 20 stamina and lasts for 20 minutes. The meat platter is dropped from the stone oven. It is made from the uncooked meat platter. The uncooked meat platter is made from Seeker meat, Lox meat, and hare meat in the level 5 cauldron. It is harder to make this as getting hare meat is significantly more difficult, especially in large quantities. It is a great food as it gives 80 health and 26 stamina, and it lasts for 30 minutes. Seeker aspic is cooked in a level 5 cauldron and needs 2 Seeker meat, 2 mage caps, and 2 royal jelly. This food is different as it gives iter. After consuming it, you will notice a pink bar just above your stamina. This allows you to use magic in the game. Number 3. The Carapace that the Seekers and soldiers drop can be used to make armor and some weapons. Carapace armor is the tier above padded armor. When we can make it, a level 4 Carapace armor will give 114 armor and 1800 durability. Very good protection. We can also make a Carapace shield, a Carapace buckler, a Carapace spear, a Carapace arrow, and a Carapace bolt. Number 4. We can also get Mandibles from the Seeker soldier. With Mandibles, we can make the Himmenafel, as well as the Carapace helmet and Carapace spear. The Himmenafel is a pole arm. It needs 10 Yggdrasil wood, 15 refined iter, 5 silver, and 2 mandible. At level 1, it has 85 pierce and 40 lightning damage. Number 5. They can help us to get stuff from the Dvergr settlements. This is so important. Why make the Dvergrs mad at us when you can get the Seekers to go in and destroy the Dvergr component crate for us? This Dvergr extractor is what we need the most from the settlements, at least till we get enough of them. We need the Dvergr extractor, which is inside the crate, to make the sap extractor. We need this to harvest sap from the ancient roots to make refined iter. The Seekers will also destroy the Dvergrs' base, dropping black marble, scrap copper, circling cores, wood, soft tissue, and more. By using the Seekers to do this, we keep the Dvergrs friendly towards us, and they can help defend us or our base if they are near enough to do so. This is much more useful than a few drops of coins, marble, or soft tissue from the Dvergrs themselves. Number 6. Seekers can help us destroy Mistland features that provide resources like the giant remains that are found around the Mistlands or at the Dvergr excavation site. The giant remains are comprised of the petrified skeleton of a giant and the soft tissue inside the skull there. Mining the skeleton or any part of the bones will give you black marble. This is the best way to get black marble, as you will get a lot just from one spot. You will also get the most soft tissue here compared to other locations, but this can be a lot of work. If you see seekers around nearby, drag them to the site to do most of the work for you. Then you can pick up the dropped black marble and soft tissue. You can complete what is left over, like the bits that may be under the ground. Of course, when you do this, make sure you have a portal nearby so that you can return easily if you happen to die. Seekers can also help you break Yggdrasil trees to give you Yggdrasil wood. This could be very helpful if you don't have the black metal axe or pickaxe that you need to chop down the Yggdrasil trees or the petrified bone from the giant remains. It also makes the work go faster. Number 7. A very important aspect of Seekers is that we need to find their nest, called an infested mine, and raid it. We get several special items from it that we can get nowhere else from. These are black cores, royal jelly, and Sealbreaker fragments. The black cores are used in building the Black Forge, the Galder Table, and Itra Refinery, which we need to make higher tier weapons and armor. The royal jelly is needed for the major healing mead base and in 2 foods, the Seeker Aspic and Yggdrasil porridge. The Yggdrasil porridge gives 80 Itra, 27 health, and 13 stamina. It lasts for 25 minutes. The major healing mead gives 125 HP over 10 seconds with a 2-minute cooldown. You can get other drops inside the mine, but these are what matter the most. Number 8. The experience of raiding the mine and killing the mobs within is of itself valuable and should be repeated often, not just to get more of the items. You should use the raiding of the infested mines to train up and get ready to fight the queen. You should use this opportunity to learn how to fight inside this confined area to prepare for the boss fight, and to try out various weapons, armor, or magic, and decide what you think might work best for you. The infested mine might be a narrower space compared to the infested citadel, but it does have some similarities. It is multi-leveled and has some of the same mobs as that found in the infested mine. The queen is very difficult, so the Seeker soldiers in the infested mine will be good practice. The moves they make are not identical to the queen's, but there is some similarity. The differences will be partly due to the queen's very large size compared to the Seeker soldiers. So, although some of the moves are similar, your tactics may be different. Number 9. There are 2 types of infested mine. One is a ruined Dvergr guard tower that has stairs leading below ground. The other is quite grand looking, and you might mistake it for the infested citadel, if you have not found it yet. It is located under a huge rock like the citadel, but it has yellow decorations on the front of the doorway at the top of a long staircase leading up from below. There will also be several Seekers and Seeker soldiers on the outside. Number 10. It is possible to place a portal on the outside of the infested mine doorway, but you could place the portal anywhere nearby that is safe as well. I suggest placing a chest there to store any drops that you get. It is likely you will not have enough space to carry everything and may need to exit a few times to drop items into the chest. Number 11. Once you're on the inside, there's a small entryway that is 1 step up from the inside of the mine, so it is a useful spot to escape from Seeker soldiers for a short respite. But Seekers and Ticks are capable of following you there. The mine has multiple levels. I normally check out the top level first and visit all the rooms. Some of the rooms are closed off with grills or gates. Number 12. Leave the high-level Seeker soldiers locked behind grills till you have cleared all the free-roaming Seekers and Seeker soldiers. Don't open any doors if you think there are still some mobs roaming around on the outside where you are. Why add to the numbers you have to fight? Release them only when the others are dead. Number 13. There are eggs on the ground in some rooms or passageways. These contain the Seeker Broods. Killing them has a chance of dropping royal jelly. They can also be found on the ceiling. They don't do a lot of damage, but it is best to kill them as soon as you can. Royal jelly will be on the ground next to the eggs. They look like yellow upside-down ice cream cones. Number 14. Inside several rooms there will be an altar. You will need to shatter the glass that is holding the Sealbreaker Fragment. It may drop to the floor, so make sure you pick it up. It is needed to open the infested citadel, so you can fight the queen. There's usually at least one on the first level and another room either at a lower or higher level, but there could be more. Number 15. There will be rooms with ticks, some of which may be 1 or 2 starred, so be careful, or more rooms with seeker or seeker soldiers. Number 16. There are Dvergr Gates in the mines that lead to passageways or more rooms. They are easy to miss, so look carefully. You only have to press E on them to enter, unlike the sealed rooms that are walled with planks and which have to be broken with a weapon. Number 17. Rooms with glowing blue runes on their doorways have treasure inside them. There are piles of coins and chests with food, meads, and coins inside. These are not very high level, but useful if you have run out of your own. More importantly, you will find the black cores in these rooms, and these are the real treasure. Number 18. There is a staircase that leads to a level below, and which usually has another spiral staircase leading to one more floor down with at least one seeker soldier. There is an altar here usually. Seekers may chase you up the spiral staircase, but you can attack the soldier from the staircase when the seekers are dead. Number 19. Not all mines follow the same structure, but usually, off to the side of the main entrance, there is another chamber. This could lead to another lower level, or it could lead upwards to another set of rooms with another altar. There could be a Vegvisir Stone in one of the rooms. This would be a lucky find, as that would mean you have located the queen. As you can see the Vegvisir Stone here, it is in a kind of pit. There's a way to walk down, but you could jump down if you had the feather cape. Number 20. I have found that infested mines usually respawn. Fandom Wiki says after 4 hours. This is great as you can redo the whole dungeon again. However, you will not get any more Sealbreaker Fragments or black cores, just more seekers, seeker soldiers, royal jelly, seeker broods, and ticks. Number 21. You should practice using the feather cape and using magic weapons in the infested mine, especially if you can find one which has a hole for you to drop into from above. Practice using your Staff of Embers or Staff of Frost, or even the Staff of Protection. Before we conclude, I want to discuss how the Seekers fight, as success depends on knowledge and experience. Number 22. The Seekers' stats and abilities. Seekers have 3 abilities: the Bite, the Claw, and the Double Claw. They are fairly easy to handle, though it gets harder the higher the level. They have 200 health at level 1 and 600 at level 3. They are resistant to all physical damage types, but have none to elemental attacks like frost or fire. They are immune to spirit damage. Using weapons like the Frostner, the Mistwalker, and the Himmenafel are more effective. When the Seeker does the Bite, both wings on its back rise up at the same time. It pulls its head back before it strikes with 2 pincers lunging forward. The Bite does 90 pierce damage at level 1 and 180 pierce damage at level 3. The Claw can come from either the right or the left. There is a slight pause before it strikes after it lifts the claw up, and the wing on the same side lifts up a bit too. The Claw does 120 pierce damage at level 1 and 240 at level 3. The Double Claw has the Seeker raising both front legs up into the air, pauses, and then strikes out to hit with considerable force. At level 1 it does 100 blunt damage, and at level 3 200 blunt damage. Sometimes the Seeker will fly into the air to try and get a better vantage. Just keep moving out of its range and it will land again to continue the fight. All 3 attacks cause a lunging forward movement. You just need to back away at the right moment to be out of reach. If you cannot, just raise your shield. I find the Frostner and the Mistwalker very effective. The Blackmetal sword will still work, but may take a bit longer to end the fight. Number 23. The Blackmetal shield upgraded to level 4 or the Carapace shield is your best friend and more than sufficient to handle the blocks for all the Seekers as well as the level 1 and level 2 soldiers. Keep that shield in front of you all the time or quickly raise it when needed. It is a lifesaver. The Seeker soldiers are a different kettle of fish, however. Number 24. The soldiers' stats and abilities. They have vastly superior health points to Seekers with 1500 HP at level 1 and 4500 HP at level 3. They have 4 abilities: the Headbutt, the Bite, the Claw, and the Taunt. The Headbutt does 100 blunt damage, the Bite does 100 slash, the Claw does 100 chop and 100 pickaxe. The Taunt is where it lifts up its head and makes a roaring sound. Number 25. Seeker soldiers are vulnerable on their abdomens. Fandom Wiki says they are resistant to blunt, pierce, and slash, like the Seekers, except on their abdomen, where they are weak to physical damage as well as elemental damage. This is important and vital to strategy if you want to be able to kill it, especially the 2-star soldier. So if you can get at its abdomen, any high-level weapon like the Mistwalker or Himmelnavel could do the job well. Number 26. Know when to get out of range. When it does a headbutt, it will stop walking, pull its head back, and then release it so that it extends outwards quite a distance to ram you. The stop walking action and the head pullback will give you enough time to get out of the way. The bite is very similar to the headbutt, except it is faster, and the pincers are in the lead instead of the top of the head. It is still avoidable if you keep a respectable distance, so that when it is about to stop, you can get even further away. Just be sure to get out of its way when you think it is about to stop walking. This is the most important point. The claw and the taunt are similar in that both effects take slightly longer time to complete, which is useful from a strategic point of view. The claw is where he slams first his right claw and then his left claw into the ground, causing environmental damage through chop and pickaxe. I am sure we would get damage too if we happen to be in the right spot, but it is easy to avoid and predict. The taunt is where he stretches his neck and head up into the sky to roar. These are useful moments to get either further away or get in close. The 0-star and 1-star are not too hard to kill. I find their movement slower and easier to get away from compared to the 2-star soldier. Always know where the soldier is and keep moving out of his way till you are ready to strike. Number 26. The best moment to strike is when it has started its claw or taunt ability. Get behind it or to its side if that is the closest you can get, and attack its abdomen. Usually I would be in front of it, so when it does either of these abilities, I would run to the back or roll in that direction so that I come up to stand in the correct spot to attack it 2 or 3 times before I quickly raise the shield and retreat backwards. It is not too hard to avoid an attack from level 1 and level 2 soldiers when you retreat. However, the level 3 soldier is for sure going to ram you after the attack. So get the shield up and start moving backwards and away quickly. Number 27. How to handle the 2-star soldier. I think if you encounter the 2-star out in the Mistlands, it is best to avoid it rather than take it on, unless you are confident of defeating it. It is likely to kill you. If it is in the Infested Mine, draw it to the entrance where there's a step up and it cannot follow you. Kill it with frost arrows at that spot. The problem with the 2-star soldier is the fight is very long, so the chance of being careless or getting tired is very high. It moves much faster than the other 2 soldiers. I have yet to kill it without dying at least once so far, but eventually you do need to learn to kill it. If you can handle the 2-star Seeker soldier, you are on your way to being able to handle the Queen. Number 28. You can use the Staff of Embers and the Staff of Frost to fight the Seekers and Seeker soldiers. You will need to eat the food that gives you Iter, preferably a combination of 1 high health food and 2 Iter foods. The main difference in this fight is you always have to keep your distance. The armor that is used when you use magic has very low protection and is light so that you can move more quickly. Any direct hit from a 2-star soldier is certain death, so keep far away from it. Number 29. Stop to fire your staff only when the soldier is doing its taunt or the claw and when you are far enough away. The 2-star is very fast and will get to you quickly once it has finished its effect. Do a roll or normal run to get away, or short sprints if you have to. Number 30. Make sure you regain your stamina before attacking it so that you can escape after the attack. It is best that you just keep moving till your stamina and magic is back to their highest before attacking again. Well, this is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I really enjoy learning how to fight each mob and spend a lot of time on it only to end up using a small part of the recordings I made. Smash that like and subscribe button if you liked my video and don't want to miss any future episodes. Bye, my merry Vikings. See you next time.